When alcohol is a factor in a car crash, who's to blame? Could the bar or restaurant where the driver purchased the drink be liable? I recently visited attorney Jim Higgins at the Higgins Firm to get some answers. Today we're talking about when a good time has gone too far and alcohol is the cause. Attorney Jim Higgins is going to explain when a bar is liable for a drunk driver's actions. Thanks for joining us today.
Sure.
All right, so let's talk about some of the statistics involving accidents caused by alcohol. What are those?
Well, if you look at the federal statistics, it's about 38% of all accidents involve alcohol. I think for boating, it's almost half. I mean, it's an extraordinary amount.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of those, of course, are coming from maybe they went out on Friday night or Saturday night and they've gone to a bar or restaurant. So the question is, when are those establishments responsible?
Every state is different. In Tennessee, for a bar to be liable for a drunk driver, they have either had to serve a minor, and they knew that person was a minor, and if he goes out or she goes out and hurts someone, the bar is going to be responsible, or they've had to serve someone that they knew was intoxicated.
How many places actually don't check anymore, and why wouldn't they?
Well, you know, I think most places nowadays do check. The law's pretty clear, the repercussions are pretty high if they don't. But, you know, there's any type of establishment, any type of employees, there are good ones and there are bad ones. And there are bars out there and restaurants that are more worried about making money than they are about someone's safety. And that's just a struggle that we always are going to have to combat.
Okay, so it becomes an ethical issue at times for different restaurants and bars.
Absolutely. And, you know, there are, when we get into these cases, I will tell you this, one thing we look at is the type of establishment it is. We will pull police reports to determine if they've had other problems with alcohol-related events there. And a lot of times, or all the time, we pull their marketing. And if it is a place that's less of a restaurant and more of a place that is promoting their alcohol sales and talking about their 2-for-1s or 3-for-1s or whatever their drink specials are, and they are pushing these alcohol sales, well, they're responsible for that. You know, there's nothing illegal about having a discount on your drinks, but if you're going to do that, then you've got to make sure that the people you're serving are not going to go out and hurt someone. So you can't have it both ways. If you are going to be one of these bars that pushes alcohol, then you better have your checks and balances in there, and to make sure that the people that you're serving aren't going to go out and hurt a family.
Absolutely. So how do they know if someone is intoxicated when they're selling them a drink?
Well, under the law, they have to put all their staff through certain training. And, you know, I think a lot of it is just common sense. I mean, the cases that we're in, we pull people when we can that were witnesses to the person at the bar. And so often they're going to come in and say, yeah, that guy was drunk. It doesn't take a scientist, it doesn't take a physician, it doesn't take some expert to say when someone's intoxicated, you know. And so they've got to use their head. And if they ignore those signs and they ignore that to get more money, that they're serving someone they shouldn't, then they're going to be responsible for that.
Right, and it can be a tragic outcome, so
oh,
something
yes.
to pay attention to.
It's nothing to mess around with.
Good information. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
The Higgins Firm is serving Tennessee. Give them a call at 615-353-0930. And for more info and a link to their website, go to betternashville.com.